Good morning. First, I want to say thank you, every one of you that have decided to attend today in our multidisciplinary discharge round strategic goal planning session. I wanted to introduce all the directors and the managers to our plan that we have successfully implemented on the Family Life Center, and now our goal is to implement these multidisciplinary discharge rounds, or MDRs, in the pediatric and antepartum units. It's essential that we are consistently looking for ways to remain viable and sustainable in today's current health market. Multidisciplinary discharge rounds are in line with not only the mission statement, but also will drive the strategic plan in making sure that our nonprofit hospital can continue to remain viable in this community. Memorial Hermann, as you know, has been with this community over 100 years. And now we need to make sure in the precarious market of healthcare that we continue to find ways to remain viable. One of these areas is with multidisciplinary rounds. Memorial Hermann is a long-standing community-owned hospital, and our mission statement is just that. Memorial Hermann is a nonprofit, community-owned healthcare system with spiritual values dedicated to providing high-quality services to improve the health of the people throughout Southeast Texas. How are we going to do this with MDRs? The goal of MDRs is decreased length of stay. Decreasing length of stay gives us a financial advantage, allowing us to provide high-quality, consistent care through a plan that details each discharge and a pathway to also note barriers. This was done successfully again in the Family Life Center. How this was accomplished is we gathered together in a task force, and we included every discipline because we all know it has to be collaborative. A collaborative team includes, in this scenario, our physicians, our nurses, our charge nurses, our case management team, and our social workers. It is so important that we gather together and we look specifically at what are the areas of discharge and what needs to happen during what time frame to ensure that we are not holding the patients from being discharged. This is not only a financially viable option, but it increases patient satisfaction as well. When people come into the hospital, they're the most vulnerable. They're insecure, they're scared. And what we can do is give them a plan that details what their pathway will be. This will instill trust and also give them guidance throughout their stay. We all know as healthcare professionals that discharge begins at admission. How we started the MDRs after gathering this pathway that detailed timeframes and when this was to be done, we gathered at the same time every day at 9 a.m. And again, this is on the Family Life Center. And we would gather at 9 a.m. and each nurse would go through each patient and discuss any barriers to discharge. What was so interesting is we found consistencies in barriers, so we were able to address those very effectively and efficiently. The example I'll give is the first barrier we noted is that patients were ready for discharge, but somehow they were not leaving the hospital till 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This caused a great deal of dissatisfaction for our patients. So since our physicians participated in these MDRs, we're able to collaborate with the physicians, and they readjusted the rounding schedule, and now they round at 6 a.m. and then they do a handoff to their partners and physicians. When this occurred, our patients were ready to discharge earlier, so then that would stop the delay of discharges for later. This was exciting news. Not only did we decrease the length of stay on the Family Life Center, we increased the patient satisfaction scores, of course. And what I tell my staff on our unit is every patient has a unique experience. And mother baby, you only have your first baby once, or your fourth baby once, or your eighth baby once. But each experience is individualized, and we have the opportunity and the awesome responsibility to give that to our patients. And this is one tool that does not only service our hospital and our ability to stay profitable and viable, it also provides care to the patient and excellent quality as well, because we're able to pick up on trends. The goal now is to implement MDRs on the antepartum unit and the pediatric unit, and I am certain with the information that I've provided in this presentation that you can see that we have a great starting point, and I believe that it will be successful as it was in mother-baby as it will be in pediatrics and antepartum. I'm open for questions, and if you guys have any questions, please let me know. You can do that via email or text. I'll be glad to respond.